Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. Guys, this is the third part where I'm going to cover the deployment of Helm ArgoCD, and we are going to set up the ArgoCD in this demo, right? So, what I've done, I've already created a repo for you guys. So, you have to navigate to this repo, and in the README MD section, you will see this documentation. So, let's begin. So I've already covered the video regarding the setup of kind cluster. So if you haven't watched those videos, please watch that. So kubectl get nodes. You will see that three nodes, control plane, and two worker nodes are there. Now we are going to set up the Argo CD. So regarding the installation of Argo CD, what we are going to do, you can either do with Helm or you can use these commands. So simply we are going to create one namespace with the name ArgoCD, and simply I'm going to copy this guy. All the official links I've already added, so you can, if you want to read more, simply click those links. So what it does, it is going to simply create all the required stuff regard to our ArgoCD. So if I do kubectl get all namespace ArgoCD, you will see shortly we will be able to see all the stuff we need to do regarding that. So if I do curl if config.me, I want to see my public IP right of the server config.me. So this will give me the public IP right, and simply I'm going to take shell into this guy right, and if I do shell ssh cloud user, this is the user I'm going to use, and I'm going to take a shell into this guy and do that. So I've done a little typo here, right? And so if I do sudo -i, right? So I'm in the same section, right? So if I do the stuff again, okay, sorry, kubectl get all in the Argo CD, you see everything is deployed. So what we are going to do, first of all, we are going to port forward that particular service. So you see, we have in the service section, you see Argo CD server and repo that server. I mean, all these deployments. So we are going to first of all port forward onto our local machine. Then I'm going to make SSH tunnel to bring this guy onto my local machine. So what we are going to do, we are going to simply make the port forwarding. So simply copy this command, and simply I'm going to copy this guy, and I'm going to port forward this. I mean on port 1990, and then in the another shell. So let me take another shell, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this guy and copy the same command. This is the SSH tunnel which I'm going to use. So definitely I need to upgrade the IP address, and I'm going to forward this to my local port 1990. If I do go if config.me, so it will give me. So I made a typo here. If config.me, right? So it will give me this IP address. So I'm going to copy this guy and simply paste it here. So what it does after giving the password, so if I navigate to my local host here, localhost 1990, and let's do that. So hopefully we should be able to see the Argo CD. Click advanced, proceed to localhost. See, we are able to access the Argo CD. So by default, the user is, I guess, admin. But definitely, I've added all the stuff in the documentation, right? So simply you need to copy this command. This will give the password. And so navigate back to the section, right? And we are going to copy this command. This is the password we need, and simply paste it here. Press the sign in. We are inside our uh, ArgoCD. So what you need to do, navigate to the settings section next to a repo. We are going to provide the private repo URL because definitely in production you use private repos. So what I'm going to do, I navigate to this repo. You see, this is the private repo, and I need to provide this, but I need to add the keys. But I just want to show you all the steps. So let's say select the default project and sorry, this is the repo URL, and I'm going to call this project. This is the name mandatory Helm Argo CD, or let's call this Helm Argo CD, right? And I need to provide the SSH key. One thing I just want to tell you guys, you need to provide the keys with these with by using this command, right? Because it is going to generate this ED25519, which is more secure than normal. So I need to add this key. So what I'm going to do, I need to navigate into CD, into desktop, and I'm going to, you see, this is my desktop. Let me do that. So if I do run this command, press enter, right? So you see it has generated this key here, right? And if I simply move these guys to here and simply I need to add these keys, right? So I'm going to add these keys here. I mean, I need to add the public key in my GitHub. Let me add that and I will be back shortly. So guys, you see, I've added my public keys and this is the private key I pasted here. So you can select these and simply then try to connect. So let's do that. And you see, we have successfully logged into this private repo. So that is how you do the logging the private repo. So other than that, navigate to the application. We're going to add application. Let's call this Helm Argo CD, right? And project name is going to be default. You can project. I mean, you can select. You can create new project and do that. So we're going to use the default sync automatic, right? And I'm going to make it automatic and other options. Okay, I'm going to leave as it is, right? So then we are going to select this repo URL. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, okay, the path, this is the path, you see, it is automatically going to pick up because we have already added, and the rest of the setting, you once you click it, you will see every setting there. So the namespace, let's call this cloud geeks. Okay, so I'm going to use this namespace for this application deployment, and you see how values dot YAML is going to be automatically available. So these are the parameters I gave. You can change those values if you want. So the image tag is this one. You can definitely change this, but this is the publicly available, so it is going to pull that particular guy. And other option, definitely you can select. Okay, select the self healing and okay. Um, select the prone resources. So which means it is pretty much like a GitOps approach. It is going to simply automatically destroy anything if you create it manually. So let's do that. Okay, and let's try to create. So this project Helm ArgoCD is created, and see it is in progress. So click this guy. Once you click this, you will see that this is the Helm ArgoCD, and this is deployment it will do shortly. You see, it's syncing is in progress regarding the commits we have done in that particular repo. Then later on, I'm going to show you in the next videos how we can set up and the complete pipeline with the GitLab runners. So the approach is going to be pretty much for every pipeline, either you use Jenkins or GitLab. So what it does, it is going to sync the repo and it is going to pull that particular image. So if I navigate to this section, okay, if I do kubectl get ns, right? So shortly it will create the namespace which we have provided. And till then, I'm going to pause the video. I will be back shortly. So guys, one thing I need to update here, if you see this section, you see CloudGeek namespace is not found. I forget to create this particular namespace. So I've created it. You can use simply this command kubectl create namespace CloudGeeks or any thing of your name. So let it deploy and I will be back with you guys shortly. So guys, you see after a short while, once I created the particular namespace, our deployment is successful and one of the containers is running. So um, if I do, let me simply do that kubectl get all in namespace cloud geeks. We should be able to see all the stuff. So you have to simply type this guy and you see one container is running. So that is it regarding the Helm, ArgoCD integration with Helm. So how we can set up the complete CI/CD part. So that is going to be in my next video. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. And see you in next video.